Hi, welcome back to my haunted library, and welcome to Vamptember, a readathon where we try to read a lot of vampire lore and literature and just fun reads. So here is my Vamptember TBR based on the prompts that I created. Make sure you follow me on YouTube along with my co-hosts. So here are the books that I plan to read for the month of Vamptember. The first prompt is something old. I have this big book. I'm not going to read the entire thing. This is the Penguin Book of Vampire Stories, edited by Alan Ryan. This is a bunch of vampire lore from the very beginning, starting with even before Bram Stoker. I think it begins with John Polidori's story, The Vampire, and there's a really interesting history about that. The next prompt is something new, and for that I'm reading Vampires of El Norte by Isabel Cañas. This is more like a gothic historical romance vampire story, which is also our group read for the challenge if you'd like to participate. And I also picked up Blood Like Mine by Stuart Neville, which is a new book. So that book might work for the next prompt, which is something bloody. But I also picked up from my own shelves The Last Vampire by Whitley Strieber, which is a sequel to The Hunger, probably his most well-known work. And then the last prompt is something just for you, which is looking at maybe something that reminds us of childhood or maybe a reread that we loved as a kid about vampires. So something young adult or even a kid's book. So for that, I chose Mina and the Slayers by Amy McCall, which is a sequel to her excellent young adult book, Mina and the Undead. And she has a new vampire book coming out in September, at the end of September, I think. So hopefully I'll get to that too. And as an extra, I'm going to try to read some of, or at least get started, Memnoch the Devil by Anne Rice, to continue with the Vampire Chronicles, which of course is a classic in vampire literature. So let me know if you plan on reading any vampire literature, lore, or newer works for Vamptember. I would love to hear your thoughts.